Hey everyone, I'm back. We are alive and well in construction, which you can hear. They're jackhammering out the floor. But I just wanted to talk quickly about something that is not really well thought about when we talk about renovation, and which is why it's really important to have licensed contractors and people who know what they're doing. I'm standing in the master bathroom. It's been completely gutted, as you can see. We've pulled out all the cabinetry, we've ripped out the existing tub and shower. In this area, that's all going to be redone. Now, this house was built in 1989, and from about 1978 to about 1995, a type of piping called polybutylene was really popular as a replacement for copper. It was less expensive and it was easier to install. It's a type of resin. This house had polybutylene piping. Now, when we went into the walls, we weren't 100% sure whether or not there was still going to be some of that piping left over, or if they had completely removed it all. The problem being with the polybutylene is that there's some research that shows that it reacts poorly with the chemicals and compounds in the water, and that the piping actually breaks down over time and will cause a rupture and a huge flood. So luckily, when we pulled all of this, we figured out that it had been changed. You can see here, this is all of the old piping back in here. This is all this old piping that's not good anymore. And fortunately for these homeowners, when we got into the wall, we realized that it had been replaced, which it has to be now. If you go in and did any kind of plumbing, it would have to be. Now, had we opened up the walls and the plumbing had not been replaced, we would have been looking at a substantial cost to fix that. And that is why when you want to go in and do any kind of renovation, you should be willing, and what I always tell my clients, willing and able to spend about a 10 to 15% overage on your original budget, because things like this come up. You wouldn't know until you open up the wall necessarily that this was there. And then to repipe an entire house, you're talking about a substantial cost, and that eats into your renovation budget. Fortunately, we didn't have that problem in this house, but had we, the clients would have been prepared to spend that overage, and it would have just added to our timeline and budget, obviously, which is not great. So these are the little things that you need to be thinking about and conscious of when you take on a renovation.